Sale in the blue on the left, Gloucester in the iconic cherry and white. A chill afternoon down in rugby country. The entertainers from out west against the monsters of Manchester. And Santi Carreras hoists the kick-off. And immediately a touch for Jean-Luc Duprier, one of two sets of twins in that Sale Sharks bevy of brutality up front. Brother Dan on the bench today. As we mentioned, both Curry boys, Tom and Ben, starting either side of Jean-Luc Duprier. And if you're just joining us for kick-off, Gus War in for Rafi Quirk. Little bang to the quad at Ashton Gate. Taken out of this one as a precaution. And the new Scotland international makes the first exit.
Yeah, if you're Gloucester and you watched the game, Sale, last week, I'm sure they have many, many times. You've got to start fast here, Gloucester. They've got to get points on the board early doors. You can't let Sale get into the rhythm. And Gloucester have been scoring some great tries this season, so they just need to put an emphasis on scoring early, coming up with some of the great attacking rugby that they have shown and glimpses so far this season.
Driving maul was a hallmark of the early part of Skivington's reign as Gloucester boss, and that drive yields a penalty. Williams. Anscombe looking to pick out Hathaway over the top of Carpenter, who's scrambling, cut down, and that penalty advantage activated.
And the crowd here as well plays such an important part to the Gloucester team. You've got to keep them on side when you're at home. You've got to do things they want to see. We saw them roar there just on the crossfield kick. Keep them engaged. If you're Gloucester players, you want to keep them on your side, and you do that by scoring points or giving them rugby that they want to see. Gloucester going to go surely to the corner as it's so early on here. Like you say, the driving maul is where they've seen some success, but it actually surprised me at the start of the season. It surprised a lot of people, I think, with the way they changed so drastically to playing attacking rugby from previously being a big physical team, and that's what they pride themselves on, to moving the ball, which is what they've done really well this season.
Only Bristol have scored more first-half tries than Gloucester this season. 21 in 9 matches thus far. Freddie Thomas collects. And the shed roars its encouragement.
It's gone forward.
Johnny Hill coming, swimming through the middle, but Gloucester have another rev. Hill's come through well on Singleton. Really well. Ben Curry too. And Sale repel that first wave of attack.
Yeah, I think Carreras will be frustrated, to be honest, with his kick to touch, because that is really important to whether Sale can fly into the maul and stopping it in so convincingly the way they did. If he gets further up the pitch, 5 metres out, it becomes a completely different task. And as I mentioned, with how good Gloucester's maul's been, Sale will have watched it all week and know that it's coming early doors. So as a team, you put a big emphasis on stopping these early ones best you can.
A look at Asher Opoku-Forger on the near side of the scrum, won his first England cap the end of the Autumn Nation Series against Japan. Still incredibly just 20 years of age. He's got those fast twitch muscles in his limbs that Al Sanderson raves about, but he's bulking himself up as well. And first scrum penalty of the afternoon goes against Kirill Girtovtsev.
Yeah, he's really impressive. I listened to David Flatman on commentary a few weeks ago, how impressed he is with him and the amount of power that he showed, and he has in a good few scrums, but he's so young. Just got to manage him right. I think that's so important, especially being a prop. You've got a long career ahead of you. There's no rush with these great. We've got a few really good young props coming through, which we just want to look after. For Sogbon too at Gloucester, not playing today, hopefully looking after him too.
Yeah, expected to miss around 3 months after Sogbon, injury he picked up last week. So unlikely to be involved in Steve Borthwick's Six Nations squad. Here comes Kevin Dickey through the middle. First chance for Sale to get hands on ball. Funrain, trainee pilot from just north of Cape Town. Curtis on his first league start, whacks it high. Sale do kick an awful lot, 28 times per match on average in the league. They don't build a huge number of rucks. In fact, They build the fewest in the Gallagher Premiership, so expect to see a lot of aerial tactics from them. But this is Gloucester's new blueprints. Savage when it works, devastating when young Hathaway gets on it. Thomas Williams up the inside, tackled by James. Here's Carreras. O'Flaherty against Carreras. The Shed on its feet. Gloucester slicing open one of the best defences in England. That globe-trotter touch and the Puma paw prints to finish it off. Wonder score.
What a start from Gloucester. The handling to start this all off. It looks like Sale have got him covered, but this here from Carreras, who starts it off really with such a sleight of hand. Harris takes his time, knowing he's got Hathaway with the speed. What a pass inside that is. Thomas Williams just slightly changes direction back towards the touchline, which means the tackler defender can't get to him. Hathaway's speed at the touchline is what makes it. But if you just watch Williams, he just changes angle quickly, which means he can't get defended. And that gives him time for Carreras to pop it back up to supporting Carreras. What a start from Gloucester.
Kicking at around 75% success rate in the league this season. Not quite, but actually I was really struck by the double touch, the two touches that Santi Carreras got. He gave the catch pass to open up the break. He gets tackled and he still gets on the end of it. We'll see it here. There he is.
Yeah, it's such a good sign, you know, for your team. Just the energy levels. Look at him. Look how much effort he's putting in to catch up with his teammates, and you get rewarded for that kind of stuff. You always got to rely on such a player that Thomas Williams is going to be aware of where he is in a good field to get an offload away. So it's always worth backing up, chasing, because there's always a chance that you can get the try, as Carreras did. I think he was a bit too revved up for his goal kick, to be honest. Might have pulled it inside because he was revving up to the crowd too on his way back.
Thomas Williams keeps that box kick on, and Carpenter, the Yorkshireman, his first foray. Ben Curry, so impressive, so important in Sale's recent upsurge in form. 3 wins on the bounce, all of them with a try bonus point, as Gus Warr gives O'Flaherty something to chase, but Carreras commanding the West Country airways. And Rowan Ackerman starting today with Zach Mercer out for the season with a knee injury. Many reports suggesting, by the way, that Zach Mercer will not play for Gloucester again, and heavily linked with a move back to France and Toulon down on the Côte d'Azur. Williams over the top of Hill. The Shed not happy with Shawnee Hill's positioning.
Sale's kicking game last week was really crucial to them getting field position and playing where they wanted to play, which we've seen it a few times so far in this game.
Good shot from Chris Harris, who is Gloucester's defensive leader in that 13 jersey.
I think we're going to see it again here. They were able to win these contests last week convincingly, which caused chaos for Bristol. Gloucester have solved the problem so far.
Roebuck gets it slapped back from Carreras, upended by Hathaway. But quick ball for the Sharks. Opoku Forjur steps away. Santi Carreras hobbling to his feet out of shot, working hard to get in the backfield because there's nobody behind that cherry and white defence. They won't need him to defend just yet because they've scrapped and scrambled it back on the deck. But Carreras still moving very uncomfortably just to the right of your picture.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think he landed funny on his when he went up with a collision on the box kick. Hopefully he's all right, 'cause he's so important. Wow.
Off his left peg, Thomas Williams drills at 80 metres.
Oh, that's a massive gain there for Gloucester. What a kick. Sale all set up to expect a contestable box kick. Like you say, Jamie, this is him landing Carreras. He just lands on that shin. There's a lot of pressure going through that one leg when you land like that. You always try and land on 2 feet, not on the single leg. Hopefully he's okay there, but what a kick there from Thomas Williams. Just a net gain there for Gloucester, 30-40 metres.
Gloucester go over the top. Seb Atkinson was looking for it.
Keep on looking.
It's been scooped up by Tom Roebuck. Broken field attack for Sale. Rob Dupria hits the gas pedal. Here's O'Flaherty looking for support on the inside. War working hard to get to that breakdown. Curtis, Ben Curry, intercepted by, of all people, a marauding Michael Vivas. Then the ball's left exposed and Jean-Luc Dupria comes crashing and bashing forth. Chaotic old passage this. War well covered by Carreras, who sticks it down the tram lines.
It's great cover there from Carreras. It looked like it was on. It's probably the right option from Gus War to go for the corner, but that's what makes a good fullback, just covering ground in the backfield.
Outside.
Low scudding trajectory from Thomas Williams. Gus War as opposite man.
And again.
Riposts. Ackerman encouraged to charge. Van Rijn with an important tackle. Hanscom. Harris standing deep, was melted ball and all by Tom Curry. Chris Harris still down, writhing in agony on the plastic, but Gloucester have a penalty.
What a hit there from Tom Curry.
On top of the ball. Stop the placement.
As we're going to see it here. Just sees the pass go straight through. Harris just takes slightly too long. Completely legal tackle from Curry. Just hits him hard. Gloucester overall are managing the kicking battle really well. They're knocking Sale back every single time. Just that one was a little bit too slow. Just took his time to get the ball away. Oh. You don't want to give Tom Curry any passage in like that. He's one hell of a tackler.
Do you think the stem cell therapy is working?
Even if it wasn't, you wouldn't be able to tell, to be honest. He's like a dog after a bone.
Such a rough time of things recently, Tom Curry. He was told by one doctor in hospital that he might have to retire, such was the extent of his hip injury. He said he ended up curling up into a ball and crying when that news was delivered, but he has made it back after so much rehab, so much pain, and as we mentioned, they're off to the States to go and get some stem cell therapy, stem cells injected into that now fixed hip to try and encourage some of the regrowth of bone around the area. And it's good to see Chris Harris trotting rather gingerly back to his feet.
Yeah, he's not been in the 23 every week so far this season. Max Llewellyn's left him out, kept him out the team. Combination of Seb Atkinson and Max Llewellyn has been the centre pairing for Gloucester. So it's good to see him playing. He's a great player, as you saw him have an involvement in the first try. Having all three of them. It's a good nudge to touch there from Carreras. Really good opportunity here for Gloucester again. Might see him play away from the maul this time.
Let's have a listen to Kingsholm in full voice. Williams, Atkinson, Harris splattered again and coughing up the pill. And for all the acrobatics of Josh Hathaway, that wouldn't have stood because there's a bloke in a white jersey with his arm out in the middle of the pitch.
I don't think this went forward. I know it doesn't look right. Oh, maybe it was touched. Yes, it did. Yeah, it did. Unfortunate, because it's the right play from Gloucester off the top. Gets some really good width off the first phase. Harris could have kept hold of that. There was opportunities outside. You can't come down to this, especially with Sale, such a good defensive team. When you do get into the 22, you want to try and take some points away. So it's quite sloppy, that first phase turnover, having worked so hard to get that field position.
Sale scrums produced some interesting stats this season. They have both won and conceded the most penalties at scrum time. 29 in the win column, 19 in the conceded column. Still a big weapon for them, but Gloucester pulverising them. What a surge! And the bloodied Russian Kirill Gitovsev right in the thick of it.
What a scrum from Gloucester. No doubt there either in the referee's mind. It's quite clear. Gloucester went for that scrum. Not often you see that at all in their own 22. Teams are normally quick in and out. Sale must just not have seen that coming at all.
They've won the fewest scrum penalties in the league this season. That's just the 6th in 9 games and 14 minutes.
Wow, so if you are Sale, yeah, there's no chance you saw that coming.
Santi Carreras has a shot to move Gloucester onto 8 points. As you'd expect, no issues for the Argentine, and Gloucester have a 2-score lead inside the opening quarter of an hour.
Yeah, it's been a really smart 15 minutes from Gloucester. They've dominated the game so far. Sale haven't had an opportunity at all, and that is all down to how Gloucester have managed the game so far.
Ackerman taking the scenic route towards his own 22-metre line.
Missed it first. No, no. All part of the breakdown.
If you're Gloucester here, you're just going to stick to what's working. Don't change anything. You've got to put it on Sale. It's a perfect kick again from Thomas Williams.
And Carpenter castled by Big Max Llewellyn. Sale's reverse lights flashing, and we don't say that too often. Ludlow nearly on that pilfer.
It's invaluable, really. When you've got a scrum half that can kicks on the money like that, it just creates this really difficult exit for Sale, which is exactly what you want when you're exiting. Sale try to do the same here, but the kick's just too long. Just allows that Carreras to land and get a metre, half a metre, which gives Gloucester time. Unfortunately, knock on.
Sword off your hand, stop by your foot, don't come out.
It's a shame because Carreras did everything right, landed into contact, secure. He's just fumbled it.
Let's go.
Was it pulled back by a Sale hand? It's hard for the ref to see those. There's so many arms and legs knocking around.
What do you see coming here, actually, with the way that Sale have set up to attack?
Well, Sale haven't fired a shot yet, like I've mentioned. And 6, when you're at backs and you're 16.5 minutes in, you want to have the ball, you want to have a touch. So I expect them to go, put some sort of set piece on here. Try and move it wide, because if you are in that Sale backline, you feel like you've not been able to get yourself in the ball at all. I can't remember Robot touching the ball yet. And I remember when I was on the pitch and I'd look at the clock and I'd be like, this has gone way too long. I need an involvement, so I'd be screaming for this ball to come wide.
Same old Sale, always cheating, is the first jibe from the shed on the far side. Plenty more where that barb came from.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Goss.
Pass just checks Rob Dupree, but he's big and muscular enough to take it on himself until it's met by Seb Atkinson. Little brother, well, not so little, Jean-Luc Dupree, the next to carry. War earns the penalty.
It's really unfortunate. Accidentally in the way that, trying to get her out of the way, Ludlow makes the tackle. It's a good tackle too. Gus, what? You half have to think he knows what he's doing there too. Buys his team a penalty and probably 3 points. But yeah, Sale everything's just half a yard behind, or just half a yard off the pace, so I think they'll be really pleased to take this 3 points right now.
Sale yet to have possession inside the Gloucester 22, and we've played almost a quarter of this match. So Rob Dupree, eldest of the 3 brothers, to get them on the scoreboard. Through it goes. Gloucester 8, Sale 3.
Rob Dupree's starting games for Sale in matchday 23 record still intact. He's been such a good addition since he signed at Sale Sharks. It'd be interesting next season to see if they manage to keep them all together. So unusual having 3 brothers in the same team, and they've been so good for Sale Sharks.
Yeah, he's played every minute of Premiership and Champions Cup rugby this season, Rob Dupree. His twin brothers Dan and Jean-Luc, linked with moves to France, and there are many a wealthy top 14 president who would love to have that sort of Afrikaans muscle in their back row.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Just because they've really settled there at Sale. They've been there years. They've got kids now. They turned up single and they've all got kids and settled with families up in Manchester. So, yeah, interesting to see what they do next. Not much distance again there on that box kick from Gus War. It's a bit hard. It's not long and it's not short enough to contest. If you'd like a bit more length on his box kicks.
Only Newcastle have a poorer line-out record in the Prem this season than Gloucester, sitting on around 81%. All functioning pretty slickly thus far. And there's another one won by the skipper. Williams to Seb Atkinson, and Llewellyn somehow has slipped the shackles. Big old step from Llewellyn. That's an epic finish. A towering Welshman in the West Country, laying waste to that Sharks midfield. And Kingsholm enraptured.
Well, a great set piece from Gloucester. This is the advantage of having Max Llewellyn in the team, as well as Chris Harris and Seb Atkinson. You can get what you want, your best players on the pitch. Lovely sleight of hand from Seb Atkinson, and just the fade outside, just drifts out on the pass into the space. I don't know if Sel got it so wrong, to be honest, but this step here, yeah, it's a great left foot step. Really hard to do. Gloucester running riot here right now.
That try moves Max Llewellyn joint top of the Premiership scoring charts for the season. Level on 7 now with Gab Zibitoye, and Santi Carreras with absolutely no issues. The quick conversion, 15 points to 3. And you wonder, actually, defence coach Byron McGuigan, who has quite rightly taken so much acclaim for the way his team hammered Bristol, the best attacking team in England last weekend, will be tearing his hair out down in the technical area beneath us. What's not working that has worked for Sale over the past few weekends without the ball?
Well, they haven't been able to manage this kicking game yet, which gives you field position, and then aside from that, that was just a misread there off the line out. I don't know who it was, but whoever's third man out just went far too inside the defender. It just seemed far too easy. But when they look that easy, generally it's a system error, which Byron McGuigan will not be too happy about.
Curtis hangs it up, but Carreras again bossing the Gloucester skies. Vivas and Gutovsev, 37 years of age now, the tight head prop from Russia. Grew up in a Siberian village with no running water, bears and wolves for company. This is Curtis again.
Sounds like Wigan, that, Jimmy.
No comment.
No clear knock on.
Yeah, it's knock on by.
Going to be a scrum to Gloucester here. You might have heard the assistant referee Gareth Hallsgrove down beneath us just calling over the communication system to alert Jack Makepeace.
Yes, definitely the biggest area of dominance that Gloucester have is this kicking game. They're winning every small battle, which when you're a coach, it's a frustrating one, because it's one of those that you can't coach, or everyone's got the system in place. It's whether you want to get up there and contest, or if your scrum half's putting the kicks on the money. And Gloucester definitely dominating that, and that's why we're seeing them 15-3 up. Yeah, I think, I don't know, you know, Gloucester played so well from deep this season. They might fancy themselves of running this out, shifting it wide. Anscombe looks like he wants the ball. Still playing.
They're not messing around here, Gloucester. They want to up the tempo. They want to inflict more misery upon this hitherto stingy Sale defence, and Llewellyn taking bodies. Anscombe standing deep. Clement, Atkinson, lovely pass. Delayed to Clark, who's freed it to Thomas. The lock forwards are having a party at Kingsholm. Thomas steaming into the 22. Penalty advantage, Gloucester. Williams, what a ball that is! And Hathaway's home! Gloucester's whiz kids tearing up Kingsholm. What is happening in the West Country? Sale are being dismembered. We're just going to check that last pass from Thomas Williams. Hathaway convinced it's good. TMO Peter Allen will scroll through the footage.
It'd be really harsh to rule this out. It was such good play from Gloucester. I don't think it's this one from Thomas. I think this one's fine. No, that one's fine. It's the one from Atkinson.
I agree. On the edge.
Yeah.
So penalties just outside the 22.
Yeah.
No try.
It's been disallowed.
Not rolling.
It's just this side of the 22, but just this side.
This side.
Yeah, yeah.
Josh Hathaway denied his moment for now, but Gloucester were on penalty advantage. Oh, it's tight.
It's always hard when the player's running backwards after the pass. The eyes deceive you sometimes. Oh. It's always easy for the referee to go back when there's a penalty advantage, I feel. A little bit less pressure because the team's got another opportunity.
Big decision here for Gloucester. They want to take points or go to the corner. You can see how Johnny Hill hurt himself in the lead-up to this move here. You'll see the big Sale lock middle of your picture, just hurpling a little, pulling up short on the 22. And he is being helped off, it would appear.
Yeah, not rolling. Break down before.
By the medics. Frustrating all season for Johnny Hill. Had that altercation with a Bath fan at the end of the semi-final last season. Had a long ban, 10 weeks police involvement in that as well. And he's playing for a new contract at Sale amid some interest from Leon as well, it's been reported, but he's not going to play anymore today. And Josh Beaumont, one of the Sharks stalwarts, is on in the engine room.
Never a good sign when there's nobody near a player and he goes down injured. So let's hope he's okay. Yeah, Sale have had the problems this year with injuries.
Gloucester once again take up residence on the Sharks' front garden, and this cherry and white maul gets to within a couple of feet. Round the corner they plough. Bevan Rod slows it up illegally. Williams whips the cattle into the right positions. Atkinson, Anscombe, wide they go. Carreras, Hathaway, this time they won't catch him, and this time the try will stand. Fireworks at Kingsholm. Great sprays of cherry and white joy. Where has this performance come from?
Again, lovely attack from Gloucester. Thought they broke away slightly too early on the maul. They went for it here. The breakaway was just too early, but in the end it didn't matter. Here we see, they try and get to the line, come up short. Don't mess around again in shifting it wide. We always enjoyed one of these as a winger. She knew the try was coming, but that is a hell of a pass from Carreras. And Hathaway, as you will see, he has switched wing. Just scrapes in, he chanced it enough. But because Max Llewellyn is normally a centre and a big carrier, they've switched him over to the left side, which means Hathaway is on the right wing and he'll take the try.
In their past three matches, Sale have conceded a total of 17 points. They've shipped 20 inside half an hour in Gloucester. And with Dom Waldock, defence coach and water carrier today, peering from the beanie behind him, Carreras lines up another. The hush of reverence and expectation becomes a great heave of joy.
Slick handling here. Tom Fatty's come in too tight there, the Sales winger. He's come in too many places. He didn't need to expose himself that much, but Gloucester didn't mess around in taking the opportunity. You have to think whether they went too hard. Did Sale go too hard on New Year's Eve? Because it looks they're doing to what they did to Bristol last week, Gloucester are doing to Sale so far in this game.
When Gloucester are playing like this, when this stadium is as noisy and joyous as it is today, what's it like as an away player, Ashley? In fact, hold that thought, because we're going to admire the brilliance from Joe Carpenter to contort his body and keep that in. And Williams takes the line out quickly. We'll worry about this atmosphere later, because Rowan Ackerman slamming into Carpenter. Head in spoke stuff from the fullback. Anscombe enjoying that one across the pitch, finding only Tom Flaherty, who is weaving a merry dance in field, and then he gets battered by Clement. Curtis. Another kick. Another kick with a little bit too much oomph in it. Hathaway's kick half charge, so Ludlow can turn and pivot and chase. Curtis covering. O'Flaherty. Teammates point the way down the touchline, but Atkinson and Llewellyn, two meaty backs, were waiting.
Sale just putting themselves under pressure all the time. Tom Curtis' kick's just too far. It's just allow Gloucester to bang it back 50-60 metres, and then Sale are putting the pressure at this breakdown again and have to box kick the way out of things. Can't get control anywhere at the moment, Sale Sharks.
Ball's out anyway.
That kick's too short again. If Gloucester can, yeah, and here they go, straight back into attack mode.
Carreras once more, undisputed boss of the air. Here's Harris, whips it away to Hathaway. Sale caught narrow again. Hathaway sprinting again. Cowan-Dickey, magnificent cover, but Hathaway's picked his pocket on the ground. Williams delaying the pass. There's a great swathe of red and white here. Arthur Clark, delicious ball to Clements. That cannons off Vivas. And now Sale look to break away. This is anarchy.
Advantage over again. No, hey. Let's go.
So, opportunity here for Sale if they can shift it. It's gone. See, they're just. You see the mindset from the Sale Sharks compared to Gloucester. Gloucester want to move it quick, get it to the wide channel. Sale just want to shut things down and kick it, slow the game down. Gloucester probably go again here.
Yeah, they want to play. They want to run Sale around. O'Flaherty dispatched by Carreras. When Gloucester get this template right, they are beautiful to watch and fiendishly hard to quell. Vivas loose to Anscombe, and War can gobble that one up. When they don't get it right, put themselves under pressure. That is the risk that you take when you play this style of rugby. But Sale, nothing working for them. Luke James loses it, but there was an offside infringement earlier, so his blushes are spared.
What a way to keep the ball in. Thomas Williams' kick went about 60 metres. Carpenter give his team an opportunity to get some reprieve there on the kick. Seeing a little bit of a kick-off here in the midfield. Probably back rowers saying my dad's harder than your dad. But Gloucester, you're right with what you say about Gloucester. They get so giddy at times. They just want to play. You can overexpose yourselves, especially when the tired ball's been in play for a couple of minutes. The forwards are tired and they can't get to the spots that you need them to be in order to attack properly. They probably shouldn't have chucked that last line out in. Just took a moment for them just to reset, give everyone a breather and go again. It's a good kick there from Tom Curtis into the corner. It's the first time Sale have been down this end into the 22, which is odd after 31 minutes.
Alex Sanderson always positions himself down on the touchline. He feels he sees the game and embraces the game, and it's ebbs and throws from there better than up in the stands. The brows furrowed right now. Sale need to make this one pay. A bit of jiggery-pokery before Beaumont takes. And this is the Sale template. Not for them, the all-court offloading Elan, and it's earned them at worst the penalty.
8 sacking. 8.
If you're Sale Sharks, you have to get some points on the board. They have just not had any chances at all this game, so spend some time down here in the Gloucester 22. This crowd will go mad if Gloucester manage to keep out Sale.
Cowan-Dickey to Beaumont again. Longer throw this time, but the blueprint is the same, and then the ball is spilled. Cowan-Dickey can't believe it. Gloucester standing up to the Sale juggernaut.
It's big from Gloucester forwards. They've done a great job there, knocked him back from the off. Sale had no chance, seeing Ben Curry spat out at the front of it. Gets steamrolled over. Gloucester forwards in charge.
I tried to ask you this before, Ashley, before Joe Carpenter produced that moment of excellence on the touchline. What is it like as a visiting player when Gloucester have their tails up and Kingsholm is ringing in your ears?
It's difficult to be an away player. When they have this energy, it's really hard. It makes the place completely different. Had Sale been in the game from the start, they'd be a lot quieter. But like I said, you need to keep them on your side if you're Gloucester. You'd be so happy playing in front of this when the voice is like this every week.
Good powerful carry from Ruan Ackerman into Curtis to give scrum half Williams a better angle, but the ball is out, exposed, and Gus Warr comes hurtling over the top like a little whippet, snapping at the heels of his opposite number.
Got away with that one there, Gloucester. Just need to reset here. Get Thomas Williams off the floor because he is stuck at the back of the run. Ben Curry's purposely keeping him on the floor. Hanscom coming in to try and help out. He's back up.
Williams back on his feet. Doesn't hit touch, instead Carpenter weaves off the touchline. Tom Curry. Gus Warr manhandled, given a taste of his own medicine by Freddie Thomas. Tom Curry feeds it to brother Ben. Beaumont tucks and runs. Ben Curry keen to get Sale on the front foot again, but manfully dealt with by Michael Vivas. Gloucester's defence almost as compelling as their attack so far.
Yeah, it has. It's just not allowed Sale to get any momentum off any carries, really.
Back.
Carreras finally loses one in the air to Roebuck. Van Rijn dips and drives. Rod on the inside to Tom Curry. Sandwiched in the tackle. Ludlow not rolling away. Penalty Sale.
Again, it's unlucky from Ludlow. He throws his body into the tackle here to stop, because there is a small space on the inside as Bevan Rod sees it, but look at Ludlow. Just like a missile at Tom Curry's hips. You've got to commend the bravery of giving a penalty away. I think he's trying his best to get out of the way there. Can't really ask much more of him. Letter of the law, yeah, it is a penalty, but when the player's trying that hard to get out of the way after such a big hit, it's got to be a bit of leeway, I think.
On the mark, we'll let you adjust afterwards, we'll get numbers.
It's a third opportunity here for Sale.
How many?
Having been shut down so efficiently last time, I think more of the same from Gloucester.
Maul in the 5.
Sale set up that driving maul once more. Cowan-Dickey in an ominous position. Up to the 5-metre line. Gloucester come through on Cowan-Dickey. Crabbing towards the touchline, so Ben Curry has to play. Dips away from Ludlow. Opoku-Forjur cut down. Fabulous shot from Ludlow. Opoku-Forjur rode it really well. Luke James. Sale have numbers on the right. They go to the left, and Bevan Rodd. Little injection of pace. War. Beaumont. Final 3 minutes of the half. Sale have a penalty tucked up their sleeve as Carpenter ducks, but grappled by Gutovtsev. War. Rob Dupree's kick. Penalty required. 4 in a row now conceded by Gloucester, and well, they haven't shipped a try. That will be a slight concern for George Skivington, Ashley.
Yeah, Freddie Thomas did so well on the maul. He fished his way all the way through it, stop it. Asking the question, I think Jack Makepeace is because he's allowed some players to go past the ball and pick the ball up, then it ends up not being clear whether it's out or not for players. I think he just needs, referee just needs to make that a little bit clear for the players. Say when it's in and when it's out, so players know what to do. But great defence from Gloucester. That kick's actually gone backwards, I think. But there was an opportunity here on this short side for Sale Sharks, but I think the pressure that's coming on from the Gloucester defence sometimes puts the blinkers on for teams, and you can't even see the space because you're so under pressure at the breakdowns, which is just what Gloucester are doing such a good job on so far.
Final 100 seconds of the first half. A 4th driving maul for Sale. Another penalty secured as Rod Burrows. War. Opoku-Forjur. Dynamic carry from the prop. And the penalty is given again.
Interesting, Jack Makepeace, the referee, didn't give a warning last time.
No more. It's a bit further out.
No, that's what he's just said, no more. Here's the warning for Gloucester. I think with a minute left, you just got to do anything you can if you're Gloucester here. No penalties, no points. Is what I'm sure the Gloucester leaders are saying. Even 50 seconds is all it takes to keep the team out here, and it's a massive win going in at half-time, on top of being 19 points up for Gloucester.
Even at this stage in the match, this already feels pretty significant as half-time looms near. Cowan-Dickey to Beaumont again. 5th time of asking for the Sharks. 5th rap of Mancunian knuckles on the Gloucester door. There'll be a penalty and probably a yellow card coming here. Jack Makepeace warned Gloucester, and off to the sin bin will trot somebody in red and white.
I think he could have probably sin bin 2 or 3 of them, the Gloucester players there.
It's Michael Vivas who's heading off. There he goes with the forearm guard.
He's in the side, I think, early doors on this more. You see him straight up the side. It's Jack Clement, actually, who could have been done too. It's quite naive there from Gloucester. I get they're trying to stop the try, but you don't want to lose. It's been big 10 minutes after the when we get into the second half for Gloucester now.
Clock in the Reds. Gloucester down to 14. Sale have the try they craved. The try they needed. The try that might just apply the defibrillators to a flatlining first half performance. And it's the captain, Ben Curry, who's provided that blow.
Yeah, Sale got the try. They're deservedly so too. They've had 5-6 mauls. Goes at it now. They're a good team, Sale. You can't keep them out forever. Can't help but think they might as well have let that one go a minute ago instead of losing the prop. have 15 men on their feet and just let the try go over anyway. Go in at half-time with a full squad, but Sale did so well. Ben Curry again's had a great season this year. Got the power to get to the line. Crowder saying he's not got there, but they obviously can't see. He did get there before he bounced back.
It's a special atmosphere on days like this. And Rob Dupree are tasked now with puncturing it. Just listen in. Up go the flags, and Rob Dupree raises a hand to the sheds. Are you singing anymore, he asks. They've had plenty to shout about in a stunning first 40 minutes. Gloucester too good, too accurate, too hot for Sale's gilded, much vaunted defence to handle. Gareth Anscombe pulling strings. Gloucester racking up 3 tries before what could be a very, very important one from Ben Curry by way of response. 12-point advantage for the home team at half-time at Kingsholm. Gloucester leads Sale by 22 points to 10. Champions Cup break. 40 minutes to settle this scrap at Kingsholm. Sale resurgent, but Gloucester still wedged firmly in the driver's seat, and still with so much to be positive about. If there is some statistical omens to look at, it's this period, these 10 minutes either side of half-time, when Sale tend to take a really strong grip of matches. It's when they score more tries than anybody else in the Premiership. 12 in total, just 4 conceded in that 20-minute period. And it's that impetus that Ben Curry, Al Sanderson and the rest of them will be looking for here. Had the lion's share of possession, lion's share of territory, didn't make a single line break, conceded 7. Kevin Dickey, there's a line break for you, or at least half of one. War. Ben Curry has a pick and a drive, and that Gloucester fringe defence being tested and tenderised. Curtis, Rob Dupree to Carpenter in the line, popping it back to Dupree. James sweeping around, Roebuck on the prowl, gets rid of 2 and then just couldn't link with War.
It's unfortunate there for Roebuck. I think he wanted a little bit more of a gap on the outside. It's really well brought up by Sale. He does the inside, can't get his fend away. He just tries to do too much in the end. It's always can be the problem with a winger. You want to, when you finally do get the ball in a bit of space, you want to try and make something of it. Does everything right, but that's just too much. You just got to recycle. Know that if the opportunity's gone, try and find another one somewhere else. He tried to find the miracle pass inside, but good phase of play from Sale. I do think Ben Curry looks really comfortable at times at scrum half. Just seems to pick up the ball nonchalantly for a forward. He's happy throwing passes and picking and going from the base. Maybe there's another opportunity there for him at scrum half.
Yeah, with Michael Vivas in the sin bin, Gloucester have had to bring on Vaura Pavaroskin to complete the scrummage. That means Chris Harris has gone into the back row to pack down, and Ruan Ackerman has been sacrificed for the time being. Clement wearing 6, operating in the number 8 position here. And that's a big get out for Gloucester.
Rapava Ruskin's probably worth 2 players anyway, isn't he? I'd have said. He's a big unit, as we're seeing him there. He's a hell of a scrummager, and he can get over the ball at breakdown. He is lethal over the ball. Once he's over it, you are not moving him.
He's got the quadriceps of 2 people.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Struggled with injury to get going this season, but when he's been on the pitch for Gloucester, at any time of his career being here, he's been outstanding. You guarantee he will get at least 1 breakdown penalty in this game.
Kevin Dickey spiraled to the tail, and Van Rijn. Gus Wart having a tummy and a smash into Carreras. 2 of the smallest men on the pitch, producing one of the biggest impacts of the day. Kevin Dickey, back in the England team after a 2.5-year absence, all those injuries and heart problems that he had. Gus Moore through that blind. Sale not operating on the same wavelength, but Roebuck would have gone the distance, where the knock-on advantage not being played already.
Crowd's cheering there as I think he dropped the ball, trying to put it down anyway, did Tom Roebuck. But yeah, just this is what we talked about first half, just that lack of leadership. I don't think that's ever on to go inside there. And Gus Moore, just one-off runners for the Sale Sharks, which is what's going to happen when you lose such experience. That George Ford not playing, and with Rob Dupree being at 13, he's just too far away from the ball to be able to get involved and put people where he wants to. Yeah, there's just attacks not quite clicking at the moment for the Sale Sharks, and Gloucester will be hoping it carries on like that for the next 6 minutes at least.
And there's a lot of that down to the absence of George Ford, if you like, because although Tom Curtis is relatively young, he's got a lot of experience around him. Gus Ward's over 100 games, Luke James on his other shoulder, 130. Dupree is there, Roebuck and Carpenter are regulars now. Is it all down to the fly half and who's missing?
It depends. When the game's not going your way, which today isn't, you've got to find a different way of getting your team into the game, which when you haven't got experience of that can be difficult.
Carreras looking for the 50-22 and finding it. Pinpoints from the Puma.
Makes it look so easy. He's got far too much time with the ball. It's just really well played from Gloucester all round. Solid scrum. Great pass from Thomas Williams. Carreras just had all the time in the world. You'd like to think Carpenter could have been a bit more across the Sale fullback, but still, even if he had, I don't think he would have stopped it. The kick was that good. But how good's that? Just being able to come up off a scrum if you're a forward, just run 50 metres forwards to your own ball inside the 22.
Ludlow wins uncontested. Williams bides his time, skirts away from a pocket forward. Duran Curry looked to dish up the offload, but it's gone loose, and O'Flaherty has it for Sale. And Rob Dupree, 2 passes, 1 big right South African boot. And as we've seen all day, Gloucester do not stand on ceremony when there's a quick line out to be taken. George Barton, though, not going anywhere fast, with Tom Roebuck clinging to him.
They've had to really fight there to save that ball, Gloucester. Hathaway just got too far away from his teammate to make that ruck effective. Now they've got to slow it down, try and win this aerial contest.
Williams, these kicks have been so effective today, so comfortable off either foot, and Carreras atomizes Tom Curtis. Stolen illegally, though. That looked for all the world like the bonus point try was beckoning.
So unlucky. There's the good kicking game we've seen from Gloucester today. Perfect timing from Carreras. It's just, you get, as a player, you get so excited when you can see the ball in front of you and you've got momentum. So hard not to. But they are the moments that are really important in games like this. You can't afford to give. Let Sale have the ball. You still completely got them under pressure there, Gloucester. Getting over the temptation for take the ball can then lead to things more down the line. Just got to be more aware in those situations, Gloucester.
Beaumont dishes it off the top. Curtis uses the screen, and now Tom Roebuck marauding round the outside. Quickly on to O'Flaherty from Carpenter. Chris Harris covering smartly, but Sale careering some 40 metres deep into the home 22. War to Rod. Big impact from the prop. War again. Tom Curry this time. Real venom in these Sale carries now. Funrain repelled. Ludlow latches onto it. War. Dupree. Roebuck belted by Harris again. That's what he's in the team to do. Beaumont rides the challenge. Hands it on to Jean-Luc Dupree. Chris Harris is on him again. And then it's stolen Freddie Thomas picking Mancunian pockets. Gloucester scrambling and fighting with such determination. And Thomas Williams over the skyscraper-like figure of Beaumont. Not to touch. O'Flaherty under some duress. Roebuck looked to knock it on. Yes. And doesn't the shed enjoy that?
It's great work all round there from the Gloucester players. They recovered so well from a well-worked set piece at the line-out that Sale put on. Thomas Williams, I think he had to adjust his box kick ever so slightly because he was under pressure at the last minute. He ended up knocking it high, but when you've got a chase like that, it don't matter where the kick is, we'll chase and try and get back for the team. I mean, we're on the 49th minute, but that's the kind of actions that you need to go on to win this game in the later stages. The energy of the team getting back, wanting to stop the Sale try and then win the ball back. The big moments.
So Michael Vivas' sin bin period now over, but we will not be seeing him again because George Skivington has gone to his bench and brought on effectively a whole new front row. We've had Valor Babaroskin with us to cover that yellow card for a while now, but Seb Blake and Kieran Knight joining him, and Singleton and Yutovsev making way. Ackerman reinstated as well at number 8.
I feel like we might see a Gloucester penalty here. Well, that was a big scrumming from the Gloucester team. Incoming.
I need the Lulu said to hit a little bit higher. I need you to bring your feet up on the tight head side.
Yeah. So maintain your height, feet up.
It's George Selwood, the assistant referee, just moving out to shot on the left, who is keeping a close eye on proceedings between newly introduced Kieran Knight and Bevan Rodd on this side of the pitch. Bevan Rodd, who lost his place in the England team over the summer, was part of the tour to New Zealand. Finn Baxter established himself as Marler's deputy, and Rodd not involved in the Autumn Nations series. Keen to get back in there with the Six Nations now only some 4 weeks away, and that will be a big win for him.
Too long.
Great work from Sale forwards. They just keep finding a way to keep themselves in this game. The wrong time. Gloucester will be gutted, sorry, that they've let that get away from them. Too keen to try and get a penalty, I think, out of it. Schulte going the other way. Again, kick not ideal. Leaves Sale 12 metres out from the try line. They need that kick to be in the corner.
It's just too long, mate. Too long, it's too long, you can't stay there.
Gloucester have got to again find a way to stop the Sale maul. They've done it a few times, they've failed a few times.
Beaumont again, Gloucester's scourge in the air. Sale's weapon of choice. And the squeeze will come on from this mighty Sale pack. Penalty advantage banked. And they can chip this one right into the corner.
And got onto the ball carrier by changing his bike.
A lot of penalties away at the maul, Gloucester. You've just got to be careful. It's all for the same offence continuously. One more, I feel, that'll be the warning, and someone else will be going off. They just can't seem to... They had control early in the first half of the Sale maul, and since then Sale have just found a way to get past it. Might see if it continues like that, might see another Sale try here.
Again, Gloucester choose not to contest. Fun rain it was this time to win it. And Sale pressing and probing, but there's obstruction.
I wonder why Tom Curry did that. Tom Curry jumps off, as you'll see him here. He goes off to the left. You can't be in front of Cohen Dickey like that. I can't understand what he was thinking.
Right, Jack Makepeace accidentally pointed towards Sale when he gave that penalty. So I think Sale thought they had a penalty advantage before Curry and Rodd did their... Curry and Cowan Dickey, I beg your pardon, did their truck and trailer act. But to the relief of Kingsholm, it is a Gloucester penalty, and Carreras boots them up to halfway.
I think Tom Curry could see the opportunity in front of him, wanted to try and take it himself, but without the ball. Thankfully for Gloucester, that's what he did. Relieve the pressure.
First throw for Seb Blake, who got off the bench. Captain Ludlow serves it up for Williams. Carreras, Harris, sleight of hand to Ackerman through the middle. Sale have pilfered it. Tom Curry and brother Ben. Double portion of Curry.
Yeah, but he hasn't been able to play.
He's redeemed himself there, Tom Curry. Look at the line speed from the Sale Sharks off that line out. Big difference from what we saw in the first half. Everybody's getting their man, shuts down the Gloucester attack, which is definitely what they have spoken about at half-time. Getting the system right, offset piece, which they did there. They flew off the line out. Tom Curry, because of that, was able to get over the ball.
Might have seen Al Sanderson there, just instructing Daniel Dupree, another of the great South African twins, to get stripped and warmed up, and George Ford as well, with that groin strain, not available today, but his brain, his rugby street smarts, so key to everything Sale do, so important off-field today to their budding revival. Maul goes down, but crucially by Sale, not by Gloucester. They need to get that ball out, or Gloucester will have the scrum. It's there somehow. And then Thomas Williams comes through when he's not allowed, and now there's a bout of grappling breaking out on the plastic.
Yeah, this is caused, I think, by Jack Makepeace, the referee, not being clear in his communication first half and carrying it to the second half. He puts his arms up in the air. I saw him do that in the first half, and that meant the ball was out. So he's done it here and said the ball's available, and the ball's not out. So I don't think you can blame the players. It's the line of communication from the referee isn't clear enough for me. So players think, I mean, he's clearly coming the side too there, Thomas Williams. You can't do that. But I do think he should make more of an effort to make it completely clear to all the players with the balls in or out. And then Cowan-Dickey just fancies a bit, he's a bit cold. It's a bit of a wrestle on the floor. Always good for a wrestle, is Luke Cowan-Dickey.
Two changes for Sale in amongst the melee. One Dupree off, another on. Jean-Luc makes way for Dan. And Cy McIntyre, the big burly prop, in discussions now with Luke Cowan-Dickey. Top right of your picture, replaces Bevan Rodd.
Taking Bevan off is, I mean, both of them, Dupree is like for like almost, but Bevan's so good over the ball. He always tries to slow up the opposition ball, which is invaluable really in a prop forward to have him around the ruck. So they're losing a bit there in that area.
Pressure moments these. Beaumont fighting to shunt the ball beneath the bodies. Here they come through. Cowan-Dickey spears off on his own, nose dives, screams in delight. Is there a clear grounding? Does leather rugby ball touch artificial rugby pitch?
I'll point to you in a second. So I haven't got anything clear on field, so I'm going to ask the third question of, I'm just going to watch it from the beginning.
I don't think he gets there. I think the Gloucester defence do enough to hold him up. He fights to get the ball down after. It lands on a foot. No, he's lost it.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
So normally the referee makes a decision on field and then asks the TMO to confirm or overturn. Because Jack Makepeace is unsighted here, he's asked what referees call the third question, which is try, yes or no.
Jack, we just need to take another look at, just have a look at red 5, make sure we're happy that he's onside when he makes the tackle.
And as well as the grounding, so they need to check.
The ball is not grounded, it's grounded on a leg here and then is lost forward. So just have a look, just make sure we're happy with red 5.
The position of Arthur Clark, bottom left of your picture.
The answer to that, isn't it, Jacko?
Yeah, so he's offside there.
Red 5's offside. But so are we deciding now if it's a penalty try or not, aren't we, Jacko? It's definitely a yellow card against number 5.
Yeah.
So can you just show it as in real speed and just decide if those two other players actually get to the ball or not? Is that on the side?
Yeah, coming out.
It's a penalty try. I think it does probably impact his ability to place because he's got hold of his arms.
So we have got another legal defender there. So
right, okay, mate. So 2 legal defenders. Doesn't impact the placing the ball because the arm's on the other side. Is that right, Jacko?
Yeah.
So we're going to yellow card number 5 and give the penalty.
He's broken off. Is that open play?
He's offside.
I'd say that's an open play.
Yeah.
He's not open play.
Still offside. Still offside.
It's open play, but you can't tackle them if you're offside from the maul. And Arthur Clarke goes for 10. Second sin binning for Gloucester today. Second that's come at maul time. But enough cherry and white there that Jack Makepeace not heading onto the sticks for a penalty try.
Yeah, as we're seeing the possession and the territory that Sale have had, resulting in points.
They've got to kick it.
They hope for the Sale Sharks.
They've got to kick the ball.
They've had enough opportunities now. Cowan-Dickie really unlucky there not to get over the ball. I can't help but feel it's inevitable here. Sale do manage to get over the try line.
Tension. Tension and anxiety hang in the air at a cold and darkening Kingsholm. Luke Cowan-Dickie with West Country Jeers, the soundtrack. Beaumont, drill not quite right, but he has got it back to Cowan-Dickie now, and this time Luke Cowan-Dickie will not be stopped. Much more like it from Sale. Not for them, the attacking elan of Gloucester. They prefer Route 1 physicality.
Josh Beaumont does really well to get that ball down again. Like I said, I feel like this was coming. Sale time and time again banging on the door. The Gloucester team, he gets his try in the end. Great work from the Sale forwards. And a bit of flash there.
Looks good, Jack.
Good work on
From Apoku. The jaw. Seeing us showing us a bit too much, but the Sale forwards got the Sale team right back in this game.
Well, you didn't need to watch the flags, you just had to listen to the noise from Kingsholm and the grin from Rob Dupree to know he hadn't got that.
Yeah, he managed to get one over on them in the first half. Not so good there. Sale won't mind really. Got themselves within a try, converted try. Gloucester, I think, just will want to spend some time in the Sale half. They haven't done so fast in this first 18 minutes. It's been completely opposite of the first half so far.
Look, Cowan-Dickie's had some couple of years. Moved to Montpellier from Exeter, falling through not long after he won the Champions Cup and Prem double with the Chiefs. Had a neck injury that turned into nerve damage. Couldn't really function, move his arm properly for more than a year. Didn't play for England for 2. Actually gave up alcohol in that period. Gave up his beloved Call of Duty video game as well, at which he was reputedly one of the very best in the whole world, because those routines of 10-12 hours a night in the lazy boy chair with controller in hand weren't particularly conducive to ongoing high performance.
Solid player, Cowan-Dickie. I do think he should be in the Six Nations squad for England. You never know, if he has a big Six Nations, he could be thereabouts for the Lions. Consistently good player, and great to see him back playing well.
Wonderful take from Carpenter, with help from Daniel Dupree, Wilgriff John and Sam Bedlow also on for the Sharks. More shuffling from Sanderson. Old Ludlow, has he got the wheels? This would raise the roof. Llewellyn, he will. Kingsholm is sizzling. Gloucester on the ropes. They've come up with a haymaker of their own. They have their bonus points, and they have leathered Sale right when it hurts.
It's Rob Dupree. He switched to fly half. seen Tom Curtis leave the field. That means Rob Dupree's gone to 10.
Oh, looks good, mate.
Oh, Sale have spent 20 minutes there working themselves back into this game. Ludlow's had a great game so far today. Sticking his head in tackles when half his team wouldn't. Max Llewellyn was alive to it, caught up with him. Good speed actually to get up there, get the try. Great read there from Ludlow. Completely against the run of play there for Gloucester. And just makes that lead a little more comfortable for them.
Suddenly we're back to a 2-score game again. And all while Gloucester are down to 14. How precious that could be. Beautifully curled home from Carreras. The Argentine marksman hits the target again.
There's a lot in this try. Oh, it's a great read from Ludlow. He does so well. He knows he's being caught. Still finds the pass. But Sale have spent so much energy there trying to get themselves back in this game. Only to get turned over in a try against them straight away.
Sale took the restart quickly. Ben Curry actually got fingers to it first, but Gloucester got onto it, cleared it, and that is, oh, it's illegal. Jack Makepeace had a long look at that. The noise in here is deafening. What did you make of this, Ashley?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see Kings Own bouncing. They're right behind the team here. Again, it's a tough error. They're just too eager there, I think, Gloucester. You've got to wait for the referee to give you the signal. They're just desperate to get the ball down the other end as soon as they can. And in doing so, they've done it a few times tonight, giving penalties to Sale, allowing them into the 22. It's the only way Sale have really got in to the Gloucester 22 is by their own forced errors.
13 penalties conceded now by Gloucester. Here's Bedlow. Dynamic, fresh legs off the bench. Cowan-Dickey still full of running. Laid it back for War, who got smoked. Still alive for Dan Dupree. Wilgriff John. War plays, hits Josh Beaumont, who's making very good headway. Towering second row forwards. War quickly there. Cowan-Dickey again with another charge. Now they'll shift it wide. Dupree, Carpenter, Luke James, must be for Roebuck. Oh, that's a stunning finish. On the dive, almost subterranean. Tom Roebuck, stop, drop, roll try.
It's a great long pass from Rob Dupree. Can't help but feel George Barton, the Gloucester replacement, just didn't need to come. Watch how far he comes inside. He's completely lost on. He's on the wrong defender there. Got it all wrong here, Gloucester, defensively wise. And then Hathaway's too deep. He's almost on his own try line. Roebuck does really well to score that.
Tries all good.
To turn his body. It's long enough to get there, but Gloucester's defence all over the shop there to allow Sale try.
And with every miss over on that shed touchline, Rob Dupree knows all about it from the locals.
See Hathaway and George Barton's on the wrong man. Hathaway's almost goalkeeping back there on his try line. You don't want to be there. He needs to be up, putting pressure on the last pass. The Shed are helping their team out here this evening, forcing Rob Dupree to miss 2 conversions, making it still a 9-point gap.
How difficult was that finish from Tom Roebuck? Because Luke James' pass wasn't quite where he wanted it to be. He had to take it on the dive and then get up and finish.
Yeah, he was smart not to fully get up and just dive at it. If you fully get up, you give in. Unlucky there. They did go forward. Of course, the fans are not having it. They want to see more tries. Feel like they've been on the wrong side of the referee in this second half. They definitely did go forward off the kick-off here from Llewellyn. Does really well to get up. It's the advantage of having such a big winger, centre normally, being able to get up in the air ahead of a pod of forwards, which is so impressive.
Well, perched high up in the gantry here at Kingston, we can barely hear one another speak because the vociferous howls of "you don't know what you're doing" are now tumbling down upon Jack Makepeace every time a decision goes Sale's way. 14 minutes left, 9 points in it. Sale must score twice to turn this game around at the death.
All helps though if you're part of the shed, you know. It puts pressure on the referee. His next decision, he knows full well the crowd are going to be on him if it goes against Gloucester.
On the mark, use it.
Sale wanted the penalty, didn't get it, so Daniel Dupree goes clearing into... Oh, what a set of boxers, there we are. Lovely set of bloomers from Dan Dupree. Oranges and lemons, I think, on his, his underwear. Taking his time to pull them up as well. Come on, Dan, it's a family show, big fella.
The Christmas present, I think.
Bedlow, Rob Dupree, and Carpenter can't get around Chris Harris, who's made a career of reads and tackles like that. Ernst van Rijn.
No! Second person.
War, Bedlow, Rob Dupree, 3-on-2 out here. The missed pass unshackles O'Flaherty through the dummy to Tom Curry, and Carreras whacked him. Knock on from Sale.
This is where Max Llewellyn's getting caught. Carreras cleans it up beautifully. That's the second time now Max Llewellyn's just getting caught. He's a centre defending on the wing. He's just turning in too early, which is often it's opening up space down this left side. It's the second time Sale have had joy. Probably see them try it again down this left side. If you are Sale Sharks, that's a man you don't want to see on the pitch. I know that for sure.
Big Albert Tuisua, Fijian hitman. He was once a police officer back in the Fijian Islands. Was involved in drug busts, in post-mortems, in chasing down suspects. Can you imagine being a wrong-un on the island of Taveuni when Big Albert was on the beat?
Don't know what's best. Do you stop and turn yourself over, just keep running hoping he gets tired? I think I'd go for the latter.
I think he'd know where you lived, really. Gloucester looking to change the narrative of this match. Bit of fortune in the ricochet from Carreras to Llewellyn and Barton. Gloucester recycle. Freddie Clark, experienced lock forward, who's replaced his namesake Thomas. And Carreras will look to hem Sale in their own 22. O'Flaherty can go direct to touch, but that will allow Gloucester to plough their way up towards a Sale 22.
It's a really smart kick from Carreras again, just finding the middle of the pitch. Often teams split the backfield and will put defenders on the 15 metres, which means the middle of the pitch is open. And if you've got a chase line good to go, as Gloucester did, you end up in the backfield having no option but just to find the sideline as quick as possible.
Beautiful deep blue night sky, the backdrop in Gloucester. Carreras, Atkinson look for Harris, but interceptor in there somewhere, and then Albert Tuisua puts the handcuffs on Sale's attack. Steam coming from his nostrils.
Again, the line speed from Sale so fast. Because it's that fast, they get in the passing lane, get the intercept. And Albert Tuisua is straight over the ball. Great awareness for him to realise they've been turned over. Oh, our job now is to go over the ball. It's great technique from the big man.
A very oscillating team this season, Gloucester. If they see this one out, they'll be 5 from 10 in the league. perfectly consistent picture of inconsistency. Big wins over the likes of Quins, Northampton, Bristol way back at the start of the season. Took 2 losing bonus points against the Sharks, round 3 in Manchester. But there have been some dispiriting losses in there as well. Coming a cropper against Exeter Chiefs most recently last weekend. And we're just having a look at this collision, which has left Joe Carpenter with claret, Luke James rather, claret steaming from his head. Luke James is coming off.
That's where they're both going for the ball.
Just seeing if we can get an angle to just confirm head contact here.
They're both looking for the ball. They've both got eyes on the ball.
It's James and Harris who collide.
Yeah, Jack, we need to review this.
I can't see how that needs to be reviewed. It's a complete rugby incident.
Red 13.
Well, let's have a listen in to Jack Makepeace.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, which causes the blood.
Yeah.
Okay, no problems. So not that one, it's the next phase, eh, Jacko?
I don't know what the TMO...
In that one there, it's a glancing blow from the head of
okay, right.
13.
What does he want him to do? He's expecting the pass.
There you go, so there's your point of contact there.
Yeah. Okay. So, he has got the ball, and there is head contact, Jacko.
Yeah.
That's the first 2 set of facts. What I'm going with so far is, yeah, it is foul play, but by the same token, he's expecting to receive that ball, he's not expecting to receive a tackle. It's a glancing blow, so I'm at penalty only unless you think some of them facts are different.
No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll just go with the penalty. Yeah.
Well, this won't be popular. Wait until this arm goes up in the opposite direction.
Just give us the mark, Jacko. Roughly where we are
It's
now.
just off halfway, yeah.
Yeah,
Where the rule is now.
So it's a high tackle, but all the mitigation makes it nothing more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tackle on Chris.
Yeah.
He's trying to catch the ball.
But he doesn't. The other guy gets it.
So that's rugby contest, surely.
Yeah, but that's why it's everything else.
So we play touch, we?
No, play.
Oh, Lewis Ludlow's got his team almost into hotter water with a comment about, are we playing touch now, are we, sir?
Yeah.
The upshot is Luke James heading off for a blood bin. Tom Curtis coming on to replace him, having been brought off tactically. What did you think of that, Ashley? Your brow was furrowed watching that.
I can't understand that at all. It's Gloucester's ball, they're attacking. Sale defender gets in the way of they're both going 50-50 to catch the ball. There's no way that's a penalty.
I know, you also know.
But here we go. Situation Gloucester are in, they've got to defend another Sale maul.
We're approaching must-score territory for the Sharks.
Sacking players out the side.
Trailing by 9. They've got the penalty advantage. Cowan-Dickey tornadoing up to within 4 metres. War to Daniel Dupree. Sail breakers crashing on West Country shores. The pass ripped away and ripped too far. But they knew they had that penalty. 15 infringements now for Gloucester.
I'd have been all over this pass of Rob Dupree. You've got to expect this as a winger, especially having a fly half like that. You've got to predict, you've got to be on your toes and expect that. He'd be disappointed he's not read that pass, because it's a walk-in for him almost. When you've got a penalty advantage, you've got to expect that pass and you fly half over the top. You can't sit back and wait. Great work again from Cowan-Dickey off the back, just getting his team off his knees. He's up, he's bumping players, rolling forward. He even manages to find an offload, just gets Sale on the front foot again.
Squint throw. What a racket. It's like an amphitheatre in here. And how the shed savoured that crooked feed from Cowan-Dickey. Perhaps his first mistake of the afternoon. And it comes at such a crucial time.
I don't actually think that the crooked throw is the reason. I think it was a mistimed jump, then he's ended up releasing the ball wrong. Cowan-Dickey doesn't throw him crooked like that. I think the jumper went up at the wrong time, which meant he held onto the ball too long. A great result from Gloucester. They just need to get out of here, get out of this area.
Set! My fault. It's my fault, far side. They're not set up properly, it's my fault. No, I know. Far side was already a mess then, so it's my fault. I should have never let it go in.
Tanner, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot.
On a day of raucous frenzy in all four Kingsholm stands, that might be the loudest cheer.
Just when they needed it, the Gloucester pack come up with the goods. Really big scrum.
That's 5, boys.
Got themselves together there. I think they knew that was a moment. They needed to relieve pressure. With 5 minutes left here. 9 points ahead. It was really important. They managed to get out of there safely.
Once again, thank you for your support, Kingsholm. 13,192.
Chris and I aren't doing a whole lot of talking just now, just to try and allow you to soak up this atmosphere as best you can over your devices at home. It's electric in here. On nights like this, there are a few places in World Rugby as brilliant as Kingsholm. Williams looking to finish it. The Welshman on the rampage! The Gladiators of Gloucester, heralded by a fearsome noise and a predatory strike from Thomas Williams, has surely killed off the Sharks.
World-class finish here from Thomas Williams. He sees the space up the short side. The offload is great. Look, it even gets checked. He even gets checked and still manages to find the gas to get there. Maybe they need to check that forward pass slightly on the offload. Yeah, I thought so.
Nothing wrong with the grounding, but it's that offload from Blake to Williams which has drawn some attention.
I don't think he's given it.
Nope, the try's going to stand. That was Thomas Williams' last act. He's just been taken off for Caelan Englefield. Roebuck did all he could, but Williams, what a season he's having.
Yeah,
Andy Farrell, are you watching? The golden boy from South America can do no wrong in the wild west of England.
Just sees the gap down the short side. Didn't even check the pass, I don't think. But Thomas Williams, it's a foot race after getting checked. It has been invaluable this season for Gloucester.
And off he pops, Santi Carreras. And perhaps, not to jump the gun, Chris, a timely moment for you to name your Gallagher Premiership Player of the Match.
Yeah, Gloucester look like they've got the job done, don't they? 2.5 minutes left. I think Ludlow's been outstanding in defence. So good to have a captain like that. He's just willing to put himself in, but it's gone to Carreras. He was in everything positive from the start of the game. He's had his hand in 2 or 3 tries this evening, scored one himself. His catch has been outstanding, and he's found kicks when the team have needed him, so fully well deserved. You give you Sale now. It's really important you find another try and get a point out of this game. Oh man,
that one squint as well. Sale crumbling. The baying shed, too much.
It's a right mess there from Sale, 2 in a row. Really unlike them. Such an important part of the game. How the tide has turned there so quickly. I mean, it was like 3 minutes ago. Sale Sharks were 9 points behind and on the Gloucester try line looking for a try. And all of a sudden, 16 points behind. Desperate for a bonus point now in this game. With time against them, it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Gloucester looking for one last moment, one crowning glory to finish things off, but not with passes like that. And now it's Sale who can steal a bonus point at the end, but for the captain Lewis Ludlow and for Chris Harris tearing back to hit O'Flaherty. There's a knock on there anyway from Luke James, which would have brought things back. It's a Gloucester scrum, and that'll be the last play.
Gloucester not throwing the towel in. Still looking to play out from deep, even though they've got 5 points in the bag. Trying to spread it and put another try on for the crowd here. Job done after this scrum. Played really well here, Gloucester. Had patches where Sale have come into it, but from start to finish, really, they've led this game.
What a noise. And it just gets louder. And Gloucester can tap this and kick it out and start the New Year celebrations. Out it goes. Happy New Year, Shedheads. Gloucester start 2025 with one full-blooded roar and one full throttle performance. You never quite know what you'll get when you turn up at Kingsholm, but this season anyway, you can bet your bottom dollar it'll be worth the admission price. Gloucester swaggering, swashbuckling and swarming all over Sale Sharks. One of the best defences in the Premierships, one of the formed teams in England's top flight. Alex Sanderson's monsters from Manchester, slain, slaughtered, vanquished and put to the sword by the cherry and white entertainers. What a win this is to start the new year. Full time at Kingsholm, Gloucester 36, Sale 20.